Hello and welcome to another edition of the Inky Road. And today, starting again, you see, I'm going to talk about this sketchbook. Okay, so it's another A5 sketchbook. This one I started, I think, around 2018. Let me have a look. I didn't put a date there. Did I put a date there? May even have been before. Probably the very end of 2018, 2019, and it was just on the cusp of COVID coming along and knocking us all for six. So this is the one I'm going to go through at the moment. So it shouldn't take long, about 20 minutes. If you are around and you're looking at this just by chance, do drop me a message, and I'll answer it. Answer any questions that you might have. So I'm going to go to my other camera. And here we go. Okay, so here is the sketchbook. I did another painting. I don't know who that's supposed to be. I did that in acrylic inks. I do remember that, those bright, fruity colours that you have there. So let's see how it all begins. So, as usual, I always put this, if found, please contact, and my details on it. And I'm opening with just back from the Sorolla show in the National Gallery. Very impressed. What a self-portrait. That Sorolla did. It's absolutely alive, So let's go back to the book. What does it say? Smuggler's stitched canvas. That sail, yes, he did a fantastic painting with, they're all sewing up a boat sail. In comparison, not fond of the regional costume paintings. Yeah, he did a whole series of them, which I thought were a bit dull. Overall, brilliant. Such warmth. We'll try to buy a book of his work. And then why did I stop sketching for so long? It's a perennial thing. So here we go. Here's a sketch. So I did actually do some sketching. This was in Le Petit Parisien Cafe in Dublin. And I just used the ink that was left over in one of those brush pens, that hold their own water in the handle. Okay, so that was in there. That's quite nice, that one. And there's another one, some girl that was sitting adjacent to me. An ink drawing of my mother. She wasn't in a good mood that day. And sketches for, shouldn't leave people's numbers really sort of obvious. A sketch for a commission that was for a friend. I can't remember which birthday it was, possibly his 60th birthday or something like that. And I did a portrait about him rather than of him. So there was a picture of his children. There was his trowel, which ended up in the... Oh, I put it here. It ended up sort of in the middle somewhere, and some various, because he's into gardening, all these vegetables. He grows his own vegetables, and there was a newspaper about his business. He got some coverage in the Irish Times, I think. I found one of these COVID stickers. I think in years to come we'll look back on it and think, what the bloody hell was going on there? What else have we got? There was more of that business about the portrait. Not sure what that was about. Oh, some pictures, some sketches, preparatory work for... I was doing a series of... They weren't block prints, but they were made to look like block prints. They were done digitally, and they started out like with these black line drawings, which I scanned and then digitized and made into vector art. And this is a damselfly. So a friend of mine, Connor, he said sometime this year, Connor told me he hadn't seen any damselflies this season. And I realised I didn't know what a damselfly looked like, though I'd heard of them, because I'm a city boy. The next week, Kathy and I were out walking in Mount Usher Gardens on a splendid day, and we saw loads of them by the river. Yeah, it's true. That was 2020, in fact. Yeah. God, it is all my times are all my times are jumbled up since COVID and all the things that happened. So I've lost track of dates and events. All kind of melogioned into sort of this space because of COVID. Let's go back to the book. Another one of my nurse paintings. I don't think that ever came to fruition, that one. Sketches there. Funny heads. I like drawing the old funny heads. Snaggletooth. And I found this little snippet of paper while I was sweeping my studio. How sweet. Sorry, Daddy, about what I did. Night, night. From Hannah. I don't know what she did. It was something so insignificant now. But I think a beautiful, little memento. The tsunami of lunacy crashes on the shores of reason. Yes. Yes, that's still happening, isn't it? And I drew something with my right hand, and then I drew something with my left hand, which is kind of a good exercise. I wrote this, 3 ink bottles with my left hand. And a homemade bamboo pen. Yeah, I just made a few of my own bamboo pens for a while. Little drawings for I know not what. That did become an illustration. I was doing illustration for a while for stock. I didn't enjoy it, and I kind of stopped. It was bugger all money in it either. Now, I like these pages. And this is interesting, because this is during the Zoom boom, when everybody was having Zoom meetings. And I'm a terrible man for getting waylaid and distracted, and I can't concentrate on what people are saying. And I just ended up doodling. But these are some of the characters from who were on the Zoom calls. I just drew them. I don't know who they are. I drew them in biro by the looks of things. He was one of the guys facilitating a meeting. That person didn't exist. I'm sure you realise that anyway. And I really like these ones. Sometimes I look at the drawings I did and I think, oh God, who did them? Some more drawings. Figure with a mask on. And it says here, that's a quote from a song. Oh, I can't remember. I was in the water, I was half a human. What was the name of that band? Scottish band. Oh, I can't remember. So that's another page. Here's another chap from one of the Zoom meetings. We'll come in close and see what he is. Yeah, it's kind of a good sketchbook, this one. And then I started getting into, a friend of mine was into cryptocurrencies, which I've never, I don't understand them for a start. And secondly, I've got no money to invest in them either. And they seem to have kind of gone away a little bit, although I'm sure they'll probably come back. In blockchain we trust. I did a series of posters and stuff like that, and this was something to do with this phrase that they have in cryptocurrency circles, where they're talking about hodl instead of hold. You got hodl, so you're supposed to maintain your stocks of Bitcoin, because they'll in the end probably go up. I think that's what they meant anyway. People around the Metro Cafe. Yeah, that one turned out well. Just little drawings with some school ink that I got from France. This is the colour that they used to use. It's kind of a violet colour. Do I prefer this nib? I'm testing out nibs. Doing some silly drawings, because I did some work with kids for that summer, I think. More dogs. What's this here? A little friendly dog. He's turned up in the lane today. I don't know who he belongs to, but I left water out for him. I think it was the 20th of July. It's a very hot summer. Having a heat wave at the moment. Poor little critter. Yeah. Oh, right, okay. I was using inks, some acrylic inks at the time, so I was trying to sort of beef up my colours, get more colourful in my drawings. This is what? Looks like Dublin. Looking out at Camden Street from Whelan's on a grey Friday evening, 20th of August 2021. The sky is a blank, milky light, total cloud cover on an August evening. Lots of people out to begin their evening's entertainment, and I'm thinking about walking home for an evening's telly. Yes, so that, yes, that's that spa, and there's a gym above it in Camden Street. I've got here skateboardists. What else? Oh yes, I went out to Sandymount, and I sat on the park bench in that little village triangle of green, you know, and just drew. Brought the inks with me, and just drew what was around me in a kind of cursory way. Some quotes that people said to me: "Get out of this trade, Kevin." He was talking about the printing trade in 1979. A guy called Bill, and I tried to draw Bill because I haven't been able to remember his name, his surname. But he was a really, good fella to work with, good colleague. I wonder what became of him. A quote from Steve Martin. I was doing this for teenagers, I think, on a kind of little teenage workshop that I was doing at the time. So I was just getting them to write out quotes in sort of fancy writing. So this is Steve Martin. Be so good, they can't ignore you. Yeah, that's nice. Some more doodles I did for the kids. Yeah, trying to get them to use colour, and like in a fauvist way, sort of not sticking to colour. That is another one for the same group. So I found a black and white picture of Queen Victoria and coloured her in, I suppose, for a bit of fun. And what's this here? Oh, here we go, look, 28th of July, 21. I'm teaching teenagers this week at my summer art camp. I'm really enjoying it. It's online. So there are no control issues. Unlike a few years ago when I discovered I've got no leadership ability. That's true. Anyway, I'm enthused, mostly because I've had to research and come up with new ways for them how to draw. I think it's had more of an effect on me than it has on them. God bless them. Oh, here we go, look. Some more stuff. A chap. I don't know what chap. I found the picture online. That's kind of almost kind of like an exquisite corpse type of drawing. Colouring in a fish in unusual ways. Wee George, I call that. Yes, more painting with inks. More inks. What's this? I'm just colouring in the tiger, yeah. There you go. Yeah, I had an interesting year anyway. I suppose we all had an interesting year then, didn't we? In the middle of COVID. This was research for a commission, big commission, probably the biggest commission I've ever had, outside of illustration, because I had a massive task one year in 2008. It was so big that it took me out of my normal sort of self, and I thought it was always going to be like this. It kind of ruined me in a way. There was so much to do in it, and so I'm so well paid. Yes, so yeah, dogs. Yeah, dogs. It was about their dogs. Normally I don't like to paint people's dogs, but at this time I was allowed free rein on the imaginative thing, and it worked out well. What's this say? It's much like the work of Dr. Goebbels. Yes, I found this. Anti-Fascist Action Ireland. There was a march in Grafton Street, and I picked this up. Protect our community from the Nazis. Yeah, God, everyone's a Nazi to those people. It looks very much like the work of Dr. Goebbels to me. They were being handed out in the street by deluded fools during the summer. Yes. Politics. More dogs, more dogs. I think I was just going through the drawings, just trying to come up with an idea. And the more you do repetitions of an idea, the more the ideas will come to you. Here, look, same again, but just toying with colours. Now we've moved away from that commission again. Jean-Joseph Etienne Lenoir. What did he invent? Oh, the spark plug, I think it was. Because my daughter found a spark plug, and it was either from one of those very, very old cars, we were talking about 1920s, or from a plane. You know, an old petrol engine plane. And had oleo written on it, sparking plug. We found it in Galway, according to this. Mimi, my youngest daughter, found a very old spark plug on a beach. The branding suggests that it could be from 1904 to 1920. A car or aeroplane, though. Yeah, okay. Don't know where it is now. Now I drew a picture of one of those old contraptions that they used to go around at 4 miles an hour in. I'd like to take you on a trip to the coast, but unfortunately they haven't made any roads yet. Yes, yeah, okay. More dogs. Some doodles. Oh, some more doodles. Just random heads. I think I made them up. I wasn't referring to anything, I don't think. This is a picture of my memory of my Uncle John. Uncle John sharpening a scythe outside the cottage at Grange in Broadway in Wexford. This is my memory of how it was. The walls were bockety, you know, and sloping inwards. I suppose they had to, so that it wouldn't fall down. The house was actually mud-walled house. But he lived there since the 1960s. Yeah. And I thought of doing a painting, but I didn't get around to it. But no, it's actually not a bad idea. What's that? Now, all right, so what have we got here? I can't remember this at all. I don't know what that's about. This is a parsnip for some reason. I drew a picture of a parsnip and then sort of humanized it, anthropomorphized, isn't that what they say? Let me just change that back a bit, yeah. What else? This is more work with the kids, I think, that I was doing a workshop with. Be good. So, it's again Steve Martin. Be so good they can't ignore you. Yeah. Now, some of the acrylic paint I'm using tends to sort of stick pages together, so I'm not sure I can actually get this apart. I daren't do that. I'll have to sort of get a hairdryer to it on another occasion. Or maybe I have one here. I'll do it now. Let's see what happens. Let's do it so that you don't have to see the disaster if it happens. Hang on. There's going to be a bit of noise now. Not sure if that's going to work. Anyway, look, it's not really working, so I'm going to have to do something else. Another kind of exquisite corpse job. I think that's a head of a girl, and that's a picture of a boy. You know, so splicing them together just to see. Simplifying drawings. Yeah, down to as simple as I can get anyway. I like to use those Faber-Castell brush pens. That was in honour of our cat, poor old Ginger, not Ginger, sorry, I beg your pardon, Merlin, who died. The ideal of calm exists in a sitting cat. Jules Renard said that, apparently. Okay. Basically, I was taking quotes, giving them to these kids, and getting them to write them out in nice, fancy lettering. Okay, and what's this one here? Friday, 13th of August 2021, final day of the teen summer camp. The kids are quietly drawing away. So this says, rushed to jump out of bed. slipped and fell, woke up dead. It's a quote from Timothy Maguire, and I can't remember who that is. You might know. Going on a wild goose chase. Not sure why I did that. Don't have a cow. Yeah, that was the teenage camp again. It's an expression that I believe young people have. They probably don't even have it anymore. Don't have a cow, man. Wasn't that Bart Simpson who said that anyway? So anyway, we just drew it all together, me and the kids. Yeah, that's what we would do. We were drawing sort of expressions and idioms. Don't have a cow, man. Under the weather, pulling someone's leg. Yeah, funny, ha ha. And then another one. Don't have a cow, man. Just a different take on the same thing. And some class of a bird. I was just testing out some gouache paint. I think that's the end of it there. What's this here? Oh yeah, look, more COVID stuff. God, I can't believe it's all still sort of coming back. And anyway, so do we need to wear masks? Oh, this was a kind of another protest, I suppose, about the vaccines and masks. So I picked this up in the street as well, and I thought it'd be useful to in years and years to come to look back at this stuff. Yeah, I don't really know who these people are. And so will we ever discover how necessary it was? That's it, I think. That's it. So that is my sketchbook, and I'll go back to here. Here I am again. I'm going to move my chair, and that's that sketchbook. So thank you for looking through this, and I hope to see you in my next one. At the moment, I'm doing all these live streams, really just trying to figure out how to get the technology to work right before I actually sort of try this on, and invite people to actually join before it happens. And I don't want to do that and then discover that I'm unfamiliar with the proceeds and how to work the thing in the first place. But look, that's it. Sketchbooks. Keep a sketchbook. You'll enjoy it. And at the end of it, when you filled it up, you'll have written a book. See you the next time. Cheerio.